Dear friend, you are not here, but I am walking as if you are. So in my mind, you are beside me, your hand brushing mine every few steps. And as I move through Bonifacio Global City at the edge of sunset, it feels like I am writing tonight's diary with my feet, one tired step after another, while the day quietly hands itself over to the night. Dear friend, today I am tired in that low, steady way that does not make a scene, the kind that sits behind your eyes and in your chest and makes everything feel 2 shades heavier. So my body did what it always does when it is restless and confused. It brought me here, to these streets that have watched me grow older without clapping, to this careful maze of glass and concrete that looks like someone's neat idea of the future, polished and controlled, as if mess does not exist. The weather is gloomy, and the sunset is not trying to be beautiful. The sky is a flat gray sheet, with only a thin line of pale gold resting on top of the buildings. No pink clouds, no burning orange miracle, nothing that begs for a photograph. And I want to ask you, would you still walk here with me on a night like this? When the sky does not bother to dress up, when the light is honest and plain and a little tired, the kind of light that shows things as they are and leaves them that way. Around us, the city builds its own ocean of sound, the low hum of cars, a motorcycle cutting through the air, the roll of wheels over pavement, glass doors sliding open with a soft sigh and closing with another. And sometimes a burst of laughter spills out of a restaurant and then falls back into the noise. And in the middle of all this, something in me loosens, because my thoughts, which are usually the loudest thing in my life, finally have something else to listen to. We pass a small open front restaurant, just a bright room with a few wooden tables, and there is something grilling that smells like chicken, garlic, and soy sauce. Smoke rising into the evening air with a warmth that goes straight to the child in you. And I imagine you tugging gently at my hand, half teasing, saying we should eat there later. Just rice and something hot on a plate. No performance, no photos. Just the two of us hunched over our food, letting the steam touch our faces as if it could wash the whole day away in silence. Dear friend, I remember the first time I stepped into this place, around 10 or 15 years ago, when there was more wild grass than mall, when empty lots opened between buildings like deep breaths, when the air smelled of soil and dust and fresh concrete. And I see that younger version of me standing here with cheap shoes and loud dreams, believing this open land meant life could still expand in every direction. And now I look at my reflection in these clean windows, and I have to ask quietly, did we keep that promise to ourselves? Or did we just learn how to hide our fear inside nicer clothes and stronger coffee? The sky darkens almost without warning, and the city answers like it has practiced this for years. Storefront lights blink on one by one, soft rectangles of yellow and white spreading across the pavement and our faces. Office windows glow like stacked stories, each one holding someone who stayed late for money or duty, or simply because they do not know where else to go yet. And as we walk, crowds drift past us, faces carved from the same light. Some strangers are laughing with their heads tilted back. Some stare at their phones as if the screen is the last door they trust. Some look straight ahead with a calm that feels like a mask. And I cannot help thinking that each of these faces carries a whole novel that every tired eye and tight mouth has a reason. And I wonder if someone stopped us and looked closely at your face and mine, would they see the years we have survived? Or would we just be two more shadows passing through the frame? If you were really here, I know you would watch them with me. You would guess who is going home to warmth, and who is going home to a quiet room, who is on the edge of giving up, and who just received a small piece of hope. And maybe it would comfort you to realize that feeling lost is not your private failure. That in this polished city of trees and glass and art and ads, so many of us are just walking around with invisible cracks, hoping the light does not expose all of them at once. We walk under trees, wrapped in tiny lights, and something inside both of us looks up. The child that still lives in our bones. The one who loved Christmas lights long before understanding what disappointment could do. And I feel that child in me wake up a little. And I know there is a child like that in you too. The one who still softens at warm lights in a dark street. Who still slows down when the air smells like cotton candy or buttered popcorn. Who still wants to touch wet leaves after rain, just to feel that cool, smooth surface. And remember that the world is still here and still touchable. The concrete is slightly damp, and small puddles hold broken reflections of red and green traffic lights, shivering when cars pass. A dog walks by with its nails ticking on the ground, while its owner drifts through a blue screen glow. And overhead, the sky has turned into a deep blue that is almost black, with the faintest suggestion of stars hiding behind the city lights. And all of this together, the sound and smell and light, feels like proof that the day did not end only at its worst moment, that it somehow survived long enough to arrive here. Dear friend, as night settles and the buildings glow like careful lanterns around us, I notice that I feel a little less lonely. And saying that feels fragile, like holding water in my hands. But I want you to know this small thing, because maybe you are watching this from your bed or your couch, thinking no one sees you. And I want you to know that here I am, walking and thinking of you, quietly proud of you for simply making it to this evening. So as I turn slowly toward home, I keep imagining the weight of your hand in mine, warm and unsure but still there. And I tell you this, you were here with me, step by step, breath by breath, in this city that grew from wild grass into glass and light. And no matter how ordinary the sky looked today, no matter how heavy your heart feels, there is still a small stubborn child inside both of us who smiles at lights, reaches for wet leaves after the rain, and believes, even if only softly, that tomorrow might still arrive carrying something kind.